YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. And we are live. So on the playlist today, we talk about the Nintendo Switch
notification
OLED edition and a little catch up with one of us who is so special and near and dear to our hearts. So stay tuned to Metro Kingdom Radio and welcome back to the Switch side.
We haven't been able to find her until last week. It's still funny.
Welcome everyone to Metro Kingdom Radio. Welcome everyone to Metro Kingdom Radio. It is I, your host, Emma Fudd. Your host, J-Playstar. And here with four of my most OLEDist co-hosts here tonight. So first off, we're going to start by saying hello to Pizza MC Chris.
Hey everyone.
ROB the Rob.
Hola, muchachos and muchachas and thems and nays and things and yeah.
Reunion.
Wow, LeBron James. So I can't do Elmer Fudd, sorry.
And returning to us, the one, the only, the ever so charismatic and beautiful KIYO.
Hey guys, KIYO no Hashi is back.
Yeah.
And ready to talk about what I've been doing for the past, 6 months.
I feel like it's been forever. I feel like it's been longer than that.
I've been pointing this camera at this cozy corner just because we missed it so much. So.
Just waiting for me.
If you notice, all of us have a cozy corner behind
that
us.
That doesn't look cozy. I'm going to show you that.
That table is kind of cozy. My cat chills on it.
I do.
Yeah, so first off, I guess we're going to have our little catch-up of KIYO's catch-up corner. Hit that music!
Remix.
Good.
Hey.
Welcome everyone to KIYO's Catch-Up Corner, where I talk about all things that I've been doing for the past 6 months. So yeah, I'm sure, a lot of you have noticed that I haven't been around for a while. That's because I had a baby.
What?
I know. I had a
shocking. First I've heard of this.
So I had a beautiful baby girl. Her name is Ayame, and she turned 5 months on Monday. She has been absolutely wonderful. And yeah, just been such a joy. But I missed everybody here, so I wanted to come back and kind of tell you what I've been doing and everything. So yeah, even though I haven't been around, I've still been playing some video games and keeping up with my Switch. So yeah, I guess I'll start with what I've been playing. So I beat Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw out some major spoilers. I don't know if you guys have discussed this yet.
I think Johnny was spoiled everything.
It was really funny. I didn't spoil everything. The Monty was one who said that Ganon was playable. Okay,
that's what I said. Yeah.
But I think we were in spoiler territory here when it comes to that game because I've already, I've caught up with everything in that too.
Okay.
So.
That game, it's not canon. It is not canon.
It's totally canon, right?
So mad. I was so mad. I go into the last battle. We beat Ganon, and I was like, "But how did the champions die?" I've been holding this one in for a couple months now. I've been saving it up, but yeah, it's not canon to Breath of the Wild.
I need to talk about it now.
I absolutely need to talk about it. So it's absolutely not canon.
Oh, man.
It's NPR outlet.
The little robot thing that goes, the little mini guardian, I guess goes back in time and it creates an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
so
that's Zelda for you.
I am absolutely furious.
Well, maybe you just
time travel. It was all over.
Maybe you just you played it so well that you secretly got the good ending, right?
Maybe.
Instead of the regular ending. Everyone dies.
I feel like it was advertised as a prequel to Breath of the Wild. It is not a prequel because we don't know how the champions died. And
wait, so is there actually?
We don't know how Link ended up in the Chamber of Resurrection.
You didn't need to know any of that though.
That doesn't make it
I don't think Nintendo knows all that.
I don't think he knew either, but I thought this was the game that they were going to tell us what was going to happen, and I was super looking forward to it, and they broke my heart.
Wait, hold on. Did they not tell us that in Breath of the Wild, how the champions died and how Link ended up in the chamber? I could have sworn that they told us.
They did, right? Because like he was
well,
captured.
They say he takes a fatal wound, but they never really show us how it happens, right?
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
It's stuff that you kind of learn as you're story. Like obviously,
I thought they rushed him in though.
I thought
we don't know who brought him in though. That's the thing.
I thought it was Impa.
Obviously died.
It was Impa, yeah.
But we don't know who gave him the fatal blow. Was he fighting Ganon when it happened? Like, how did it happen? I needed to know how it happened, and they completely left it out. So I was pretty upset. It was not the history I was expecting. That's not to say that the game still wasn't, really fun. I had a really great time playing it. I still like Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition better. That was definitely my favorite game.
I agree with you.
Just because of the variety of weapons that Link has. And this one, he can use a spear or, a two-handed weapon or a one-handed weapon. It's not the same as being able to mow people down on Epona and lightning who smash people in the face.
Wait, so is time travel literally part of that storyline, or
so it's really funny because the game essentially starts off as a prequel, and it is, and then but pretty much once that little egg guardian starts messing up with time, that's when it doesn't become canon anymore. And you're just like, why is should I say it, right? Why is spoilers, why Sidon here? Where'd he come from? Why, it's he starts bringing the little thing starts bringing characters from Breath of the Wild into the past, and it's just okay, wait a second.
It's just Legend of Zelda: The Cydia, right?
Or into the Wildverse.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so they bring in all of the modern day champions into the game, which is pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, so I think my favorite characters to play, I think Impa was my favorite. Mm-hmm. She was hands down the best, my favorite to play. So.
What if they had a Final Destination curse and there's a sequel and they just all kind of Link slips on a banana peel and dies from a Yiga.
So anyway, that's what I ended up playing towards the end of my pregnancy, and I think later, once IMA was born, I think I finished it up. So I didn't completely unlock everything in the game, but I did get through the final storyline and did unlock most of the upgrades for all the characters. And overall, I really liked the game. I had to play it on handheld though, because the frame rate on the TV made me sick. So I mainly play that game in handheld, unfortunately. So yeah.
Well, if you like handheld, have we some news for you?
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
And my thoughts on that. Let's see here. Also, of course, I played a lot of Animal Crossing. I haven't picked it up in about a month though.
You gonna get that Monopoly?
No.
It's a lot shorter
Monopoly
time
is a
than
terrible
I
game.
picked it up.
Yeah, it's not.
Play it.
Yeah,
it's unofficial Ryu. We don't know if that's real yet. Okay.
Just
Is it real?
It
I'm
hasn't
pretty sure
been
it is.
officially announced, but it was.
Are you
it was
sure?
already,
Articles on it
hasn't
already.
been really. It hasn't
I
been
can
officially
pre. I'm
announced
pretty
in
sure I can pre-order it from my peeps.
Well, that's because you're in the know. You know what I mean?
Pre-order
Animal
knockoff?
Crossing Monopoly. Yeah. So. What else have you been playing there, Kiyo? Oh yeah, I guess it's official now.
I've been playing. Have you guys talked about Pokemon Snap?
Yeah.
We just want to catch up with all your thoughts, man.
I
Just
know.
give us,
Yeah.
tell us all your thoughts on all the things, the big stuff.
So I did have played Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo 64. I don't remember too much about it. Oh, I see what you got there.
Ooh.
I'm super jelly.
Man.
I'm super jelly.
Oh.
I have an older Instax printer that's not compatible with the Link, so I'm super sad. But not sad enough to buy a whole new printer. But yeah, I've been playing Pokemon Snap, and I think it's really fun, and it's really charming. I think I'm a little overwhelmed with all the little side quest requests on there, and some of them they're really hard to get, really hard.
Really hard.
I've pretty much been kind of ignoring those.
Like some you think you get, but then you can never trigger it.
Right?
Yeah, they get really confusing. And then Johnny likes to Google how to do it.
Yep, pretty much. I ain't got
Alright,
time
how
for that,
else?
man.
Yeah.
So I've put maybe 5 hours into it.
Okay.
Only?
How many Pokemon are in it?
She has a
How many
baby,
are there?
Rob.
100 and change.
Okay, she has a baby.
Over 100, I would say. I
100.
think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I'm gonna clear that 100% that game. It's just not gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
I've put about 5 hours in.
Did you unlock all like the levels already?
I've unlocked
hours.
whatever past the volcano is.
Oh, okay.
I think
Beach?
this one after the volcano I unlocked.
You're like maybe a little
The
over
beach?
halfway then.
Or the
I've unlocked the beach. I've unlocked the desert, the
the, like,
volcano, and I just
the
unlocked
woods?
the second one in the jungle.
okay.
That's on the upper continent. I've unlocked the second one.
Wow,
Oh,
you've got a
scary
lot
one.
in 5 hours, actually.
Yeah, I did a lot less.
You did a lot for
less.
you did a lot for an
Pro.
on rails
Well-
game. It makes me kind of question. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the Switch says I put 5 hours in it, and you can it really anywhere between 5 hours and 9 hours and 59 minutes. So I haven't hit the
Right.
10-hour mark yet. So
Really?
Oh.
It doesn't say like over 6 hours, over 7 hours.
I thought it did it in 5-hour increments.
Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, maybe it doesn't.
And
Oh, maybe you're
internally,
right, yeah.
internally, I think it'll tell you the exact amount of time you played, but I haven't paid attention to it. So anywhere
what you're
between 5 and 10 hours I've played.
You know-
But yeah, I really like it. It's like Animal Crossing, right? You can just kind of relax,
Mm-hmm.
play it. There's no pressure. It's pretty brainless.
Yeah,
Very
that's what I
cozy.
found. When I put pressure on myself, it ruined the game for me.
Mm-hmm.
But as
Yeah.
soon as I was just like, I'm gonna take pictures.
Yeah, when I started stressing out about the side missions, and I was like, no, this is not. I don't want to like freak out about this, so I'm just gonna kind of
Telling
ignore
you,
those and just
it's
do
not
my
worth
own
it.
thing,
That's every
not worth
Pokemon
it.
game for me because I'm like, I'll start off like trying to catch everything, and I'm like,
right?
I'm not gonna do this, and then it's fun again. Like, I just complete a game. What's funny is yesterday I saw a YouTube video of someone playing new Pokemon Snap, and he's like going through the I think it's like the jungle area, and like he's like, what the heck is that? Is there a sock in this game? Is that a sock puppet? What the heck is this? And he's like, what? And then it zooms out and it's an Arbok, and the title of the video is "Someone Finally Fell for It."
Nice.
Oh, I always forget that that's supposed to be a face on
Oh, good
Arbox
joke.
Mhm.
because it's supposed to be camouflage face, like it's
Just
supposed to be
smile,
a-
Rob.
No.
Just smile, Rob.
Yeah, just Dodd. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing Pokemon Snap and I've been enjoying it. Let's see, our other cozy game I've been playing, I finally booted up Story of Season, Friends of Mineral Town.
Mm.
As I've talked about many Story of Seasons games here, I am really enjoying it because I feel like as the games have kind of progressed, they've gotten more and more complicated and more complex of trying to get 5-star crops and having like 1,000 maker machines to be able to do X, Y. I like the simplicity of it because I feel like I can stop playing the game and jump back into it in if I stop playing for a week, I remember where I am still, and I just kind of like it. That's just a little simpler because I feel like I can actually achieve things. I'm really bad at these games. I usually get maybe 2 years in, and then I kind of just peter off. But I feel like with this one, I could probably keep going a little bit farther.
How long is a year in human?
It's about 20
years?
hours per year.
Wow. Okay, so
Wow.
about 40 hours in. That's pretty
Depends
good.
on how hardcore you are, because I'm the type of person where I have to give everybody gifts every day. I talk to everybody every day. I hit all the foraging spots. I do everything. So it
Cool.
does take a little bit longer when you try to hit everything like that.
It's funny, Kyo. Did you listen to when I was talking about it on our pod? You may not have. But like I talked about it, how I finally booted up my Friends of Mineral Town too, and I had the exact opposite reaction as you, because for me it was like I got bored because it was too simplistic, and it was like because we had advanced so far in the Story of Seasons like games with all these like the different
Yeah.
features that when I was playing this one, how it's a remake, I was like, wait, I can't do this like I could do in the modern ones, and so I was just kind of like, it's like same old. I played this on GBA. I think I'm good. And so like I ended up getting Pioneers of Olive Town instead. And then it was funny because
so how do you like that one in comparison?
Yeah, I
I
can't
heard the
compare
maker.
it
I hear
never
there's too
played it.
many makers and they take up too much space.
I mean I believe it. It's funny because like I got it and I haven't booted it up yet. Like I got it going like, oh man, I didn't like Friends of Mineral Town. Let's get this one instead, and I didn't even play it. Yeah, but that's my bad. Those are the games that I ended up having to play.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the thing that I really like about this version is the harvest sprites. You can use the harvest sprites to water all of your crops. You don't have to water a single crop.
Yep.
And after certain games, like you just don't get that anymore. And it's like you have to go and water your crops every day, which can take up your entire day, and you can't do anything else. So I really like that you can hire them, and then that's why I liked the Harvest Moon like the DS version because you could also have the harvest sprites.
Yeah.
Which I really loved. So, but yeah. So I'll talk about my last cozy game. I haven't played it, but I watched the E3 trailer for Rune Factory 5 that's not coming out till next year. I am so freaking salty. I was like holding out. I'm like, okay, summer. It's coming out summer. I'm not buying Pioneers of Olive Town. I'm waiting for Rune Factory 5. I put 80 hours into Rune Factory 4 Special, and it just got me so hyped up for 5. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. And then announcement trailer coming early 2022 2022. I'm so mad. I am so mad. I can't even
we need to get you and Monty together on the pod because she talked about it too when it was announced that it was delayed, and she was just as salty as you. She was so mad.
I don't know if it's because the North American team, so Xseed, if they're responsible for doing multiple languages, which I think they do.
I think they do.
Like multiple audio, and I don't know if it's Marvelous is like, well, we don't want to give you the text early so you can start recording and translating and everything. But having it come out over a year later, that's really, really, really upsetting for that game. Really upsetting.
Yeah. It's already out in Japan and everything too.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's been out since I think May in Japan.
Did they say why? Is it because of localization, you think?
I mean, that's usually the assumption.
It has to be. So I don't know if it's like Marvelous is delaying giving them the files to prep for localization, translations, recording, and Xseed just can't keep up with it because if Japan does one language and it's Xseed's doing it 5 or 6. But yeah, so I was just really disappointed because it's not like, oh, it's delayed because the devs need extra time to polish the game. Like for that, I'm like, okay, yeah. But so many other games, allow for a simultaneous, Japan and Western release. So it's just kind of really sad that it's just delayed so much.
Oh well. I guess.
And I hope they don't do that to any of my favorite franchises. Metroid.
Yeah, let's not even bring up Metroid.
It's a prime example, though, if you think about it.
So my last T'Challa I've been playing is I finally booted up Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah.
I beat 1 last year, and I absolutely love that game. It's fantastic, and I think I'm about 5 or 6 hours into 2, and I absolutely love it. So it's such a great game. I'm having a wonderful time with it. I'm just sad that it's only English audio because I like to play my games in Japanese. Yeah. But the voice acting is really interesting because the protagonists use a British accent, which is also was the same for the original Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So it's kind of interesting how they pull in some extra accents, especially since I think the UK team did the localization anyway. But yeah, I'm having a great time, and something kind of cool is in this game you can summon blades as part of kind of like the battle mechanic. The first blade that I summoned, the blade's name was IMA.
Oh, nice.
Right?
That's
I'm
really
like,
cool.
How is that happening?
Cool.
I guess it's random too. Like
what
yeah.
summon.
That's like RNG right there.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh my gosh, like it was meant to be. So I'm having tons of fun playing. And yeah, and I guess just kind of looking at 2021 forward, obviously getting Skyward Sword, and I think WarioWare. So those are the 2 games I've got pre-ordered for 2021. I don't want to pre-order Mario Party because we still haven't seen a Mario Party update for the Switch, which I'm also really salty about. So
besides online.
Well, not
besides online, but we haven't gotten any boards. Yeah,
content,
it's just
well,
yeah, there's no content in that game. So it's like I really want to support, but they bring back some of the best boards from previous games and some of the mini games. So I'm really tempted to get it, but at the same
just
time,
get it, Kiyo.
I'm still
just get it. We have to play it together.
Well, I'm getting it, Kiyo. Okay.
So am I.
Mario Party has always been about being unfair. So.
That's true.
Link,
well, I
girl.
can still pre-order it. I think I've got some gold coins I can use to discount it a bit. So
nice.
There you go. Linker in the chat, Xenoblade 1 and 2 are dubbed in Nintendo of Europe team, so you were right about that. Xenoblade X was dubbed by Nintendo of America. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, I don't know if you knew that I also played some Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well. I think I'm between 6 to 10 hours in. I forget how many hours I'm in, and so like we're probably around the same area, and so like. Yeah, I'm enjoying that game a lot too. But then I tried to jump back in, and since I hadn't played it in so long, I forgot what I was doing.
It's hard to do because there are specific quests that you have to complete.
Yeah.
And I can see how it's hard to jump back in.
Yeah.
Some RPG games, if you're lucky, they'll have that one guy that's like just randomly around, like, oh, you should do this. And that's like the next thing you're supposed to do. Like, he's always or she's always there to just. Oh, you took a break.
At least there's a thing that lets you know what you should be doing next in the
storyline. And it has a really good compass and map showing you where you need to go, which is really nice. I don't think I can beat it in 10 days before Skyward Sword comes out.
Yeah.
So it is gonna go on the back burner once Skyward Sword is released. Because it has 2 of my favorite dungeons, which is the Ancient Cistern, which is the only decent water temple in all the history. Okay. Oh yeah, Ryu.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, not yet, Ryu.
Oh, okay.
And then the desert temple.
Oh yeah, because
those are like 2 of my favorite dungeons ever. So I'm really excited to go back and check them out.
Nice.
I've heard great things about Skyward Sword, honestly. So I'm glad there's a traditional controls on it too. Cause I'm curious to see how they turn out.
Because the motion controls is what ruined it for me.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
Honestly, they were so good. They were so good that it made it awful.
Too accurate.
Yeah, man, it was so bad.
You think it's possible for them to bring back Star Fox? What is that game called? And make it with traditional controls?
Star Fox Adventures.
Zero?
Not Adventures.
Zero.
No,
right?
Zero.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You might as well at this point.
I mean, that'd be cool if they did, but whatever.
Anyway,
I'm not holding my breath. You know what else? but I'm not holding my breath of the wild. So yeah, I mean, we mentioned it before, right? You know, you're talking about games that are gonna look great. You know what games are gonna look amazing on? You know what's gonna make games look amazing? You know,
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond.
I don't know.
Pearl.
This little thing called the Nintendo
Game Pass
OLED model. This thing is packed, juiced up with all these awesome
the OLED model,
specs.
guys.
It's OLED, okay? We're screw the Pro, okay? We were it's the stupidest name ever for us to be like the Nintendo Switch Pro.
It was the Super Nintendo Switch Pro, okay?
No, okay.
Best name ever.
You know what they should
Switch Pro.
The new
Super Nintendo Power.
That's the word I was missing.
I'm gonna get this joke out of the way before one of you steal it from me. So we got this OLED, like we got the Nintendo OLED screen, right? But and everyone's like, but is this our Pro model that we were gonna get? You know why? Because in next year we're gonna get the Nintendo Switch Pro LED. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm here every Friday night.
I'm sorry on his behalf.
I thought it was gonna be Nintendo Switch OLED.
No.
Wouldn't that be better?
But either way, the Nintendo Switch OLED's like, man, this thing is so cool. Oh my gosh, I am so hyped for this. You guys do not understand. 7 inches of screen.
Oh,
come on, you can do so much with 7 inches.
I can't stop laughing.
Who's paying you to say this, Johnny?
You can do so much with 7 inches. Okay. We have those enhanced audio.
Children.
What?
You guys want to see how it looks?
They might as well call this thing the Nintendo Switch kickstand. I
What?
like that, Chris.
Tease.
They might as
I was
well.
My
thinking the
uncle
kickstand. I
works
was
at
where's the
Nintendo,
kickstand?
and he got the prototype here.
I like how it's like shown to the point where you can only see the top but not the
You can't
not
prove
the
the
stand.
kickstand.
Yeah, the stand breaks the NDA. So
Yeah.
So the Nintendo Switch kickstand, that's what we're calling this now, and you know what I mean. And it has like this really sick dock. You know, it's white. It has some curves
Sick
on it,
dock.
man. Like
Has an Ethernet port.
It has an Ethernet port, and it gets rid of one USB cable. Who needed that?
I can't
anyway?
tell. I can't. He seems pretty genuine, actually.
Dude, do you not understand, Chris?
It's genuine
Please
mocking.
understand.
bro,
I didn't watch his reaction video, so
it comes with an Ethernet port. You know, Nintendo's known for their amazing online, so why not? Like that's amazing online.
It's white, Ryu. Okay.
The
You guys
dock.
get it? It's white. The dock is beautiful.
I like how the
You know what I mean?
door or whatever came off.
The best feature is this thing's available on October 8th. You know what I mean? Like
The
it's
dock is
$50 more. Well, what's there not to love, man? Like
It's actually $350 more because you already have a Switch.
right?
No,
You
the
don't
thing
need
is,
a new one.
if you get rid of your Switch, then it's like $300 more.
I don't
Like
think you
inside.
guys get it.
Are we gonna do real talk?
Well, hold
So-
Real
on.
talk.
Okay. Look, this thing is so cool that guy could not wait to get to the
have to
couch. He
play in
threw
his
his
hallway.
bag down and sit down in the hallway to
His hallway.
catch that damn weasel,
I
okay?
need to play now.
He
I'm
was
home.
like,
New
he was
Nintendo
like,
I need
nah.
to play.
Man, if only this thing was portable, I could play it somewhere else. But
It's not like I just played on the subway or anything. No, I'm home. I'm inside the door.
I couldn't play while I
Oh,
was
my
driving.
bag, I
God,
can play now.
the weasel's waiting for me. Oh, it's so rare.
I've never seen this Pokemon before. Have you never been near water, sir?
I can't keep up this random Soul Calibur character for any longer, guys. Obviously, I am trolling you. Please, someone tell me they got that reference. Yeah. So, yes. Yeah. I mean, Nintendo
Johnny, you're
OLED.
staticky
Mitsu?
again.
Am I?
Yeah.
Nintendo OLED model. It is what it is, right? I mean, who wants to start talking about this?
You know, I'll go first because I'll be honest. Like, I was, you know, obviously, like, I was disappointed, but I'm actually not that disappointed, and I think the reason why is because, I mean, it would have been great if they had a huge jump in performance, but that would also mean that it would be next gen, I guess. And because this isn't a next gen console, like now they have more time to prepare for there's more likely of a chance for a bigger jump in performance. But it is kind of sad because like I was hoping there was at least some sort of increase in power, just like just like a little bit, even like just to help out with some frame rate issues. Like it doesn't even have to be graphical performance; it could just be like a little bit of extra frame rate, maybe helping out with loading times because we have those issues with indie games. Like I still don't know if what's that whatever that Castlevania game is, the one that's like made by Kickstarter. I still don't know if that's playable yet or on Switch because
I think it is.
Yeah, I forget.
I think it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot better now, but
Bloodstained.
Bloodstained?
Bloodstained, yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, if that can give trouble to the Switch, I don't know. I don't know how I should feel about Breath of the Wild 2 because that looks like it's taking on a heavier performance with what you can do in that game, and there's already some frame rate issues with the first one. So yeah, Frame of the Wild, yeah.
How do I sound real quick? Am I still staticky or no?
You sound even
Worse.
worse now, actually.
Worse? Okay.
Yeah.
Worse. Yeah. Kia, what do you think about this?
So I guess the only selling point for me would be the OLED screen, only because I'm primarily a handheld player. So getting the vibrant colors would be pretty awesome. But at the same time, I'm a little relieved because I literally bought the Animal Crossing Switch like 15 months ago. So buying a third Switch, because this would be my third if I bought another one, it kind of like puts it on the back burner because it's not like a critical buy. If it had better performance, it would be an absolute buy. But unfortunately, it's mostly cosmetic-y stuff. and not really performance. So I mean, it would be really nice to have one, but it's not critical.
Does it look more comfortable to you guys? I can't seem to tell the difference. Like, I don't know if it's more comfortable than the.
Doesn't seem like there's any design difference for the Joy-Cons other than they're releasing a white version.
Yeah, everything's pretty much the same. How do I sound now?
Good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you seem to be fine. It's perplexing, actually. I don't understand this decision. I don't even think OLED is the right move, but I mean, I've called this out that OLED has more opportunities for burn-in. But anyway, like I feel like without, it's possible, but without a performance upgrade, like it's missing out on a lot, like a huge opportunity right now, because PS5 and Xbox, it's still hard to find those relatively, and so people are like they want new hardware right now, and Nintendo has so much momentum. I'm perplexed. I don't understand it. So I do like some of the features. I mean, I like that new dock with the LAN adapter. It's not worth $350, but it's nice and it's white and sleek. I like the white Joy-Cons, as you can tell, and the screen is nice.
Yeah.
Are you okay? You okay there?
Linker on the chat. Did you not see the video that I put up? Metro Kingdom Radio in the chat. Only the one that Rob put up.
No, but that video I watched like half of it. It actually has some good points in there, which is the first one is that there is a chip shortage, so it's happening till 2023, I believe, and I think Nintendo wants to aim for that. My theory though is that all these rumors that came out, Nintendo just decided like, oh, because of COVID, we're gonna split it up into two different switches, and one is for like a small update, and the other one's for later on the next gen leap, whatever. Because of labor shortage.
They're still selling really well, and that's why they can continue to ride that wave. But I guess like the question now is how far out does this push that upgrade? Because we're not going to get the next generation. We're going to get an upgraded Switch, I think. I mean, that's how these things go. But how far is it pushing it out only 1 year? Is it pushing it out till 2023?
It's probably 2023 because I don't think we're going to get one next year.
I think we are.
But we've gotten back-to-back upgrades from Nintendo before.
Oh yeah. I mean, not like a generational leap, like.
But like the Switch Pro, the 4K Switch Pro, is it possible that it's next year? Because we'd feel burned if we get this in October.
No, it's not going to be next year. They're not going to release Breath of the Wild 2 and a beefier Switch in the same go, because it wouldn't be a necessity to have play one without the other, unless it was specifically like Breath of the Wild 2 for Switch Pro.
So my theory is that those rumors kind of just got mashed up together, because I think because remember the rumors of the 4K Switch Pro had been long before, like that those rumors were like over a year ago, right? And then it was only recently that we started hearing the rumors about the Switch Pro, quote unquote, having an OLED screen, right? And that was the only one that was actually correct, like when it comes to whatever was real, like, because remember that was back in March, I believe, or April, where they said Nintendo ordered a bunch of OLED screens from Samsung, 7 inches, it's only 720, and it's going to be released sometime in the fall, they said, or maybe around September, October. That was correct. That part of the rumor is actually 100% correct. But the other part of the rumor is that they were saying that this is probably part of that 4K model that we've been hearing about, right? And so I think those two rumors got merged at some point, and so that's when we were just like, oh man, like how come it's not this 4K model that we've been hearing about? But I saw this really funny meme where it was like, it showed that, I forgot, it was that monkey puppet, and then it goes, Bloomberg states that there's going to be a new OLED screen like displaying in a display Nintendo Switch 4K, and then the monkey, it goes, Nintendo, oh shit, 4K, maybe I'll reveal this after E3.
Oh yeah, that would make
they
sense.
saw that Bloomberg article, and they were gonna set to reveal it, and then when they saw the rumors that everyone is expecting 4K, they were like, 4K, let's reveal this later. But yeah, I don't know, I mean, yeah, to me, I think like this is like you guys were saying, this is mainly for the handheld players, and I really think that I mean, if Nintendo like reveals, their research, I'm almost certain that more people play handheld than they do on the dock. And so I think to them, this is like, they're like, this is for the handheld people. Because if you look, all of these are quality of life improvements for the handheld player. The only thing the dock player gets is a LAN cable, like a LAN adapter. You know what I mean?
That's exactly why it seems so disconnected. I don't think that it's all for that. What are the two features then? It's just the OLED and the LAN. What else is there? The kickstand?
The audio,
and
like
the audio.
Yeah, but like the audio doesn't have any.
You kidding me?
But there's no Bluetooth, right?
So the Bluetooth is what people really want, right?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about
but
updated speakers.
That's mostly for the audio. For the that's mostly for
the
dock
lack
players.
Of Bluetooth,
the Bluetooth is it not? Most people want that for
Is
like
there
if
a
they're using
headphone
a dock.
jack on there now? No, there's always been a headphone jack.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I honestly think because you said, Johnny, that the OLED were the rumors came out recently. I honestly think they were just like, oh shoot, we can't launch because the chip shortage or because of COVID or whatever is messing things up. Let's just make a small upgrade, and like they probably just came up with that model in like a year or whatever.
I think maybe.
Well, you gotta think like how far in advance, do they plan? How far in advance were they doing, the OLED screen orders? Like how long does it take to develop something, like this? So who knows? What if this has been in development for like 3 years, COVID hits, and then they're like, well, I guess we're not doing internal upgrades.
Yeah. I mean that could be it, and they were just like, let's just push something out there, like we got to get something out there for this next holiday season. Like, why don't we just do like a very small upgrade?
And because of COVID, like Switch sales are just insanely up. All throughout COVID, it was so hard to find a stupid Switch. So it's not like they really need to release a new Switch to drive sales. Like sales are still going. The console is still going like hotcakes. It's still high in demand.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe like there's always been. It is such a weird thing too, right? Because when it comes to the 3DS, every time that they made a new 3DS, like that one actually did have better like internal specs, performance-wise. It had a better CPU and more RAM.
Better 3D.
So it was able to
eye tracking.
Like perform a lot better. And so it's really weird that this one doesn't have that. But I don't. Yeah, and and it had like the C stick too. Yeah, but I don't see them like not giving us a Pro. Like I still believe that Pro is still coming. It's just
same.
But it's not like I mean, I think a lot of you said that we're not getting a Pro model this year. That was your prediction, right? So I mean, this isn't a Pro model if you really think about it,
Yeah,
so you're right.
Yeah, I feel like there's still a chance we can get it next year. It's not great. It would be one of those situations where it's like ambassador program, like we screwed everybody over, so we got to give you some free stuff. But
where have I heard that before?
If you get this and the Pro comes out a year after, that's sad.
I wouldn't say it's gonna be like at least a year and a half. I honestly it has to be like I think at the earliest maybe like first quarter 2023. Or 2023, I'd say.
But I think if they wanted, like if they want to drive up those sales, they're gonna push for that 2022 holiday release.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. But it's sad because like we're all kind of like we've kind of seen the maximum output of the Switch for a while now. Like in terms of performances, it's kind of a burnout. Like we kind of crave something more, and I just felt like they could have done a little bit of something at least, and that's the most disappointing part. It's not that it was
great things on Switch.
A huge leap. It was just like, just say a little bit, just like to let us, ease off until the next gen.
And I guess the thing that actually makes me the angriest over this whole, OLED one is they only bumped up the internal memory to 64 gigabytes.
Which
my phone has more than that. My phone, little computer that sits in my pocket, has more than the Switch does. Like, are you serious?
Give it some expandable memory.
Well, your phone is also 3 times the price of the Switch.
But still, I'm just like, oh my god, 64? That's insane. It should be like, 200.
Especially for a handheld targeted audience, right? Like,
right? You want to have all of your games, downloaded internally onto your Switch. you don't want to be carrying around cartridges and like swapping them like in and out. And
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, you can buy the extra memory card, but if you get one that's like 128 gigs, that's an extra 50, $60 on top of the $300 price point. On top of
350, yeah.
and then now $350, you're looking at a $400 Switch.
But they also that's how they see it though, right? Like if it's for the handheld audience, to them they're like, we just doubled your memory. This is for you, handheld audience. Like that's how they think.
We just doubled
that's
your.
how they think.
Granted, Switch games aren't as beefy as say a PS5 or an Xbox game, but it still adds up. Breath of the Wild's I think 20 gigs.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick, honestly. Like even like I played a lot of indie games and it added up pretty quick. They could have at least like not given us memory and then just give us like a micro SD with like 128. I would have been okay with that too. So,
yeah.
I don't know if that would be more expensive though, but
I keep hearing that this is for the handheld players. What were we saying for the Switch Lite? This is for the handheld players, and then now they come out with this model and it's for the no. It doesn't make any sense. This one does not have a clear message. This is the Wii U of the Switch generation.
This is more like the Game Boy Micro.
In the defense of the Switch Lite, it's for the handheld players and the kids. Because the Switch Lite is for the kids, you know what I mean? Like $200 instead of $300. Like the Joy-Cons can't be like taken off and broken. So you know what I mean? It's like
but it's not Pro. I think people were comparing it to the 3DS. So there's the Switch is the 3DS. Then there's the 3DS Lite.
The 2DS.
The 2DS. Essentially, the Switch Lite's the 2DS.
The 2DS?
Because the 2DS was made for kids.
No 3D.
Wasn't there a lighter version though? Wasn't there a smaller version?
No.
3DS Lite?
No. I think you have DS Lite.
That was the DS Lite.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's the new 3DS XL or something like that.
Yeah,
which is
like
for like the hardcore gamers, It's like, I don't think this is it. I think the new 3DS XL version is still coming. This is just a 3DS XL version.
Pretty much.
There was a 3DS XL and then a new 3DS XL.
Right. So, and that came out like a year after. I don't think it was that long.
No, yeah, you're right. It was a year after. So you know what I mean? Like
But the difference was like 3DS also kind of started off sluggish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did it?
I mean, yeah. It was sluggish if you had to turn on 3D. Like
no, I mean like I mean the sales. The sales were.
The sales were sluggish because it was a horrible price.
Yeah, and then there was so many DSs flying around at the time.
Mm-hmm.
The DS was still selling,
the DS was still selling really well.
Killing it, yeah.
And the design of the original 3DS was ugly too, so that also worked against it. Yeah. It wasn't until later on that it looked nicer.
That does, yeah, right. How is that not the first model, of like when the Switch launched? Because it's like, oh, it's so sexy.
It's purchasable separately, so I might end up doing that. I don't know. I'm still like, I feel like no matter what they've announced, I would have gotten it, and I'm on the fence for this. That's how bad this is.
Yeah, right. That's the real question next, right? Is how many of us are actually going to get this? I mean, KIYO, you said that you are interested because you play more handheld nowadays.
Yeah. But again, buying another Switch, 18 months,
right.
Buying the previous version, that's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can do it.
I'm still interested, but still thinking.
I mean, if someone were to buy me one, I wouldn't say no to it. But as far as purchasing it,
check our wish list in the description down below.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would say, like, again, I wouldn't say no if someone gave me one, but I don't know if I can buy it, especially with knowing there's going to be a Switch Pro or a Switch 2 or something around the corner, even if we have to wait an extra year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Switch 2.
Yeah.
I would totally
like
not.
A super switcheroo.
Electric Boogaloo.
I love it. Get that man on their marketing team.
I would totally not buy it, but the thing is, I have a Switch and I have a Switch Lite, and I'm like, I could just sell both of those and just get a Switch,
OLED.
OLED, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost call it Switch
PS5?
Pro, but yeah, PS5, right? Even though everyone's playing Guilty Gear now, so I might have to hop in. But yeah, that's the only reason I'm getting it. And I think if I just had the Switch and didn't somehow magically buy a cheap Switch Lite, I'd probably just stick to what I got. Like I have no reason to get it. It's not even, it's not even I could just play on my TV if I wanted a bigger screen, I guess. So.
Right.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
perplexing.
that's another one of the jokes, right? It's like, I mean, I have a 56-inch OLED screen. I just have to plug my Switch into it, you know.
Yeah. Is
but-
OLED that important? Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's what's interesting too is like one of the things that someone noted is that this is for the most part the same dimensions except for one thing, the width and I think the depth. But the width for sure is actually 0.1 inches like wider than the original Switch.
Yeah.
So then it kind of like, does that make some of your grips and cases obsolete? You know, like can you not use that?
Ooh, I think
anymore?
the cases will be fine, but anything that's like contoured,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Like
Ooh,
skin
yeah.
tight.
So it's like,
Well,
what
'cause-
about my Satisfy grip? You know, like I love that thing. Like
Mm.
I won't be able to use
It
that
might
on
still
this.
work.
It
The-
might.
the
but
dock-
you might scratch it
the-
up.
The new dock is backwards compatible, and the old dock is forwards
Ooh.
compatible.
hmm
That's good. That's
The
great.
Guys,
yeah.
the new dock, you can remove the back door. Come on, that right there is like worth $50. Okay, and the kickstand. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I have went through many stages when it came to this because one, I was really tired when I was reacting to it, and then I was like, wow, this is so cool. And then when the trailer ended, I was like, wait, they said nothing about any performance enhancements. What's going on here? And I rewatched it, and I goes, yeah,
Performance enhancing
there's
drugs.
nothing here. No 4K, no nothing.
Turns out
that's
Johnny
really
had
weird.
like 6 Red Bulls, and that's just the most excited he got. Yeah, it's shoot. I'm sorry, I was gonna say. Sorry, go ahead. I'll think of it later.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I like Chris I'm also on the fence because it's like I know I don't need this, but at the same time, I
but
don't.
you still kind of want it.
Yeah, I kind of want it
Yeah.
because one, it looks
Yeah.
sick. I really
mean-
like the white.
If one was
We-
to magically appear on that table behind you, I'm sure you wouldn't send it away.
Right?
I mean, we consider ourselves like the top 1% of Nintendo fans. Like we love Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we should be interested in this. I think it says a lot that oh, I think it says a lot that we're on the fence. Like that I would be echoing so much. It says a lot. It says a lot.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to that point too, like, it's you know, I don't know how many. I mean, are you guys mostly handheld players or dock players? You know,
I
what I mean?
mostly
Like, where
played
do
docked, I think.
you mostly play dock? You know, like I think I'm half and half. Like I
Yeah. that's
I
it.
try to dock
Yeah.
whenever I can, but then there are times where I just want to pick it up in handheld really quick. You know, so I'm about half and half. Like, you know, Ryu, you half and half.
Yeah, I like old school games, like because I'm playing Shovel Knight right now, and before
Mhm.
that I was playing Cave Story, and I was kind of half and half.
Mhm.
But it's I don't know, like old school games definitely for sure, because it's kind of nostalgic, like
Yeah.
it has that old school style. So
So it's like, you know, that's why it's kind of like I'm kind of down for this because of the fact that I do play half the time on handheld, and it would be nice to have a 7-inch screen. You know, like sometimes those bezels really do bother me when I'm playing on the original Switch. I'm just like, you know, if you were just like a little bit further up, it would look a lot nicer.
I know. Well, so one thing I'm hoping for, and I don't know if there's any like info on the weight of it on handheld mode, but it's pretty heavy in the middle for the Switch, the original Switch,
Mhm.
and it's kind of clunky, especially if you're like laying down sideways. That's one thing I like about the Switch Lite is like it's pretty evened out. I don't expect it to be evened out for this one, but it would be nice if it weighed a little bit less in the middle, so that there's like some sort of balance in the OLED version.
Yeah, the Switch OLED version is
OLED version.
it's like 0.93 pounds with the Joy-Con attached. I
perplexing.
have to look at the comparison with the original one.
I keep
It's a
thinking
little bit heavier, I
Olaf.
think. The Switch Olaf version.
Olaf version, which it's pretty fitting. It's pretty fitting.
Because it's white.
OLED.
Yeah, it's white.
And
That's
it's
what it is.
white.
Yeah. Mhm.
I feel like whatever the Pro is, it's gonna be like pitch black. Like they're reserving the black for the Pro version.
Right?
Yeah.
'Cause
That
we
would make
get
sense.
gray.
But
a
see,
lot.
this looks like a pro version too. That's the other thing that kind of makes it sad is this looks like a pro version.
It's sleek.
It's
yeah.
very
Also,
sleek. It
The
looks
dock
like it's
just
for
looks so
adults.
nice.
Like it
It's-
looks very adult oriented. You know what I mean?
Ugh,
Like
I want that dock.
It's launching with Metroid Dread, and that kind of reminds me of Samus's suit. Even there's no blue, but it has that like white, gray, black look to
Oh
it.
yeah. You know there's gonna be some OLED limited edition versions in the next year.
Oh, yeah.
Update Ryu. It is
Maybe Breath of the
heavier.
Wild.
It is heavier than the original standard Switch.
By how much?
5 pounds.
Not
Wait,
much.
point 0.05 pounds.
Oh, that's like negligible.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's not bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad,
it's
but
not bad.
still, that makes me kind of worried.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of these.
If they could just make the Switch Joy-Cons more heavier.
No, because it's the same
Who's still
Joy-Con.
on?
Yeah.
What's up?
So who has the OG Switch? So KIYO, you play on your Animal Crossing Switch mostly?
Yes. So my niece actually has my original Switch right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about
She's
you
had it.
guys?
She's had it since COVID, so I don't think I'm getting it back. they
That's a
haven't
good
bought
reason,
one
though.
yet and returned it. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it has a lesser battery life, so she can pretty much have it. If Mike really wants a Switch, he can get the OLED.
So that was my other point here, is that maybe there are some small benefits that we're not going to know until it releases and people get their hands on it. And for us who have the OG Switch, it's not just what we're seeing now, but we would get an increased battery life.
Yeah, because
So
it's the
maybe
same
that's
battery
the
life in the new model Switch. So
Or even better, because it's a slightly bigger package, maybe a bigger battery as well.
according to these specs,
yeah.
it's the same exact battery size.
Mm.
They're both like 4310s. So
Nice.
yeah, they're the same. I mean, not of course, the screen may or may not be more power efficient. So
I think it is. OLED is more power efficient.
Yeah, so if it's more power efficient, then
It
you
just
probably
burns.
will get more.
Yeah.
You can get more out of it. But yeah, I don't mean I'm also on the second generation Switch, so like to me there's
you
less
are?
incentive to do that. Yeah, because I have an Animal Crossing Switch as well. So
I think I have the OG one. It's all black. I don't know if that's.
yeah, I mean
What's the OG
there's
one?
a
Dark
first
gray.
generation and a second generation Switch, so it just depends on which one you got. What color was your box?
It was like red, white.
Yeah, so you got the first gen. Because if it was all red, it's the second gen.
Oh,
So you three, I think, have a bit more of incentive. Like Rob, Ryu, and Chris have more of an
No, the-
incentive to upgrade.
I
to
can't
this
tell the
one.
difference because they didn't put it in the damn trailer.
Well, you'll notice the battery life for sure. Like the battery
Yeah.
life is a huge difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
OG Nintendo Switch it goes for a lot on eBay because it's hackable and the newer ones aren't.
hmm
Oh, interesting.
I might sell it on there then.
I see one that's 600.
If it's the very
400,
first early
400.
gen ones, yeah, like the first release switches.
Like release one, mine
Yeah.
is a release.
Launch. Yeah.
Oh, I
same.
sold my launch one too to my friend. I should have just kept it and sold it for somewhere.
Rob just
something
went to go to eBay right now. He's like, "Oh, I got an OG Switch." Oh, he does. Yeah.
That's the
What do
first
you
gen one.
mean if it's a
That's
Oh.
the first gen Switch.
Yeah, it's a first gen.
Yeah.
It's the box.
really? You could tell just by looking at the box like that?
Yeah, because
The
the
color.
other
You have
box.
the box that accessible. You could grab it in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, because if
Actually,
it was,
mine is right there, so I can probably get it right now.
Yeah, well, I just moved too, so I was like, I just saw the box. Where did I put it? And I just walked to my room. It was in my closet.
Yeah, so you have like your Switch is the original one where it has like the weaker battery life.
Hey, Rob, there's your stimulus package right there. Yeah. Let's go to
Yeah.
eBay. There it is.
I mean, you could probably just sell that and just get this one. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna
Yes.
do that with and sell my Switch Lite too, even though it's a Pokemon
Maybe.
edition. But I don't really.
You can get more money for that one.
Yeah.
But none of us are an absolute yes yet.
Yeah, I'm on
I
the fence.
would like to see it in person and do a side-by-side comparison.
I'm only a yes because
Actually-
I can get rid of both Switches. That's it.
I think that's going to be huge if you can, because OLED, if you have it side by side with an LCD screen, you really notice how washed out colors are on the
Oh
previous.
wow.
Yeah.
But if
you'll
you
see the
don't, then
difference.
you won't ever tell. So
I mean, when you see it, you'll notice a difference like right away. Because one, the screen's a lot bigger. Like you think that 0.8 inches isn't big, but when it's like when you're going in that diagonal, like it's a lot. It's huge.
I remember when I saw
diagonal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
diagonal.
get like
Hmm.
right there at that
That's what
angle.
he said.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
thought this was a family-friendly pod. What happened?
You know,
Oh,
we've
we're
kind
just-
of
we're just teaching-
degraded into not
Sorry,
one anymore.
children.
We've started cussing a lot. and
Yeah.
it just-
Blame Louis. Louis was just cussing nonstop, and I started cussing. And
I mean, given I didn't tell him not to cuss, but
Yeah.
still, I thought it was implied.
You know, when I first saw the Game Boy Micro, I was really impressed by this. I didn't even see it side by side, but I was like, dang, this screen looks
Wait,
better than the Nintendo
That's
DS.
OLED?
No, that's not OLED, but like the
Oh.
improvement of the screen. Like I didn't have to see it side
Do
by
you
side.
have a PS Vita? Does anyone have a PlayStation Vita?
Only the original has it. They upgraded it or they updated it to be LCD later, I think.
Yeah, if you had the first gen PS Vita, those were OLED screens.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really?
If you go to Best Buy, you can see the difference between an OLED and the one right next to each other.
Go to a TV. Yeah, go to a Best Buy and just go look at the TVs. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where I land on this. It's still, I mean, well, we still have till October, you know. So it's like we have plenty of time for me to just debate over it and then just buy it last minute when it comes out, assuming all the scalpers don't get their hands on it.
Well, pre-orders will go live within a couple of weeks, I'm guessing, and then that's when you have to make your decision.
Luckily, they're using the chip shortage isn't affecting Nintendo Switch.
This one, yeah, because they use a custom like processor for this, and so they already have those.
Right,
So-
stocked up and all that.
Most
I really
places
wonder-
will let you pre-order without putting anything down.
That's
So,
true.
like-
So you can pre-order and change your mind.
Oh yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I buy this all the time.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I think there was an interview that confirmed that there's no upgraded CPU, no upgraded
Yeah, there is.
not just the processor, something else. They didn't say anything about the GPU.
No, it's no.
But
I mean, according to this,
I think the
it's
assumption
same.
is that there's nothing new internally. But again, every time this happens with Nintendo, we don't know until it comes out and people tear it down.
Mhm.
So I'm really hoping there's some surprise.
Well,
and it's like it is a little bit stronger.
To take you away from that, Chris, Nintendo's official website has tech specs already uploaded, and that's where I'm actually.
Yeah, but it's
looking
not
at
for
these.
it's not for every little thing.
Well, they
Like
did.
I think there's one piece that's missing.
Oh, yeah.
I could have sworn I saw this one right here where it says something about their video.
GPU?
No, their GPU.
Also, it could be the architecture too. Like
Could be the
way it's-
architecture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CPU. Their
efficient.
CPU and their GPU is the same. It's custom
Mm.
Integra processor, NVIDIA custom Integra processor.
But
It's the
like
same one.
it's, I guess what I'm saying is like every time that they have the same, it's made differently,
I get you.
and so there's still potential for, like you said, efficiencies or running faster or overclocking.
Just certain things that little things you can improve on that you can't do with like a software patch or update, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the cooling will be better or like
Yeah.
quieter.
Maybe
would be great.
maybe they build in the overclocking on the dock.
Mhm.
Like something that they don't want to communicate to users.
They don't want us to know. Yeah.
That's at least we know we're getting. I mean, this is off topic, but I'm glad we got Skyward Sword. We're getting Skyward Sword this month, and then we're getting Metroid in October. There's like some cool software coming up at least.
Yeah, that's true.
But it would have been nice to play it on, great hardware. But I haven't played Skyward Sword, so I'm looking for that towards that. I have to finish Shovel Knight.
So what is everybody pre-ordering for the year?
Metroid
We already
Dread for
talked
sure.
about it, but I want to hear it now.
Metroid Dread for sure.
Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
Dread, but I pre-ordered the physical special edition.
Ooh,
Nice.
I was so close to doing it too. I was so close. It's like there's an art book too, right?
There's an art book. That's what I want, right?
Chris, you're echoing those sentiments right there.
I'm right.
Mario Party Superstars.
Mario Party.
Yeah.
I don't know if I pre-ordered it, but
Those
probably
are the
get it
two,
digital.
like
Or
for sure.
WarioWare?
yes,
Anybody?
yes, definitely getting it.
Maybe.
It's $60, right? Or is it? Or is it
Yeah.
50. It's 50 after the survey.
50.
50? All right. Yeah.
Everybody put 40, and then they justified 50 somehow.
That's the Nintendo way, right? Oh,
Yeah.
we'll put 10 plus. It's like they're
Nintendo
driving
tax.
on the speed limit. Like, 10 plus.
I did. Did I pre-order Advance Wars? I don't think I pre-ordered
Did
it,
you
but I'll
give
get
in?
it.
Did
I'm
you
probably
give
gonna
in?
get that too, yeah.
So I have never played Advance Wars, but everybody's like, oh, it's like, tactics, but better.
Yeah, I would say
Do
that
you-
actually. I would
Do
say
you
that.
recommend getting
Oh,
it?
I love it. I love it. I don't like what I'm seeing in this remake for 1 and 2, but the core gameplay is very similar to Fire Emblem, except it's standalone like matches. It's not. There's no permadeath, and you're not growing RPG characters. It's like every character or every unit that you build has the same stats,
Mhm.
and you're building the units in the map like StarCraft.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a little bit more competitive, more hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it.
it's
I like it a
almost
lot.
like everyone. I mean, I'm sure there's some level of customization in terms of like what general you or commander you use, whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, it's almost like a puzzle that everyone has the same starting rules with.
Yeah.
So each map is its own puzzle, and it's up to you. There's different ways to beat that puzzle, but you're building your own people. That's why. So there's like a customization. Obviously, there's like RNG involved, or you don't know what's going to be critical, what's not.
Right.
But for the most part, it's like it's a blast. Like you'll love it.
There's not a lot of. Is there a lot of RNG? Maybe there is some.
Well, I mean, like, because there's a chance that like, isn't there like
There's
chance
chances you can
percentage?
miss and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's about
Or
it.
is that
think
only
so.
just a Fire Emblem thing?
It might be certain characters, but I don't remember ever having that until Fire Emblem.
I think of Dual Strike. Maybe Dual Strike had it because that's the only one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's got to be something. Yeah.
That's the only one that I played, so that's why I'm pretty excited for this one. But just because I'm pretty sure I've never played the Game Boy Advance ones.
I mean, do you like the strategy, like tactics in Fire Emblem KIYO?
I do.
enjoy
I
that?
love
Okay.
tactical games. I played
then yeah,
like
you'll
that.
love
I played
this
Blue
then.
Arc. I played Final Fantasy Tactics 2. Like I love those types of games.
Disgaea.
It's like that, but like you're not necessarily attached to the characters as much as you're attached to your whole army because you're building up this army. So you're like you get the satisfaction of just stacking up your character with like power ups. Think of it like that, but with an army because you're just building more and more units. Because you're also building factories that build, or there are factories that build per units.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And then Ryu, Disgaea 6. It came out, right?
I don't know. I haven't bought it yet. No, did you try it out yet?
I know there's a demo, right, on the Switch.
There is. I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah.
And more talks with like that whole pro model, right? Because like I heard the demo doesn't run too well on the Switch either.
Oh, lame.
Kind of like Monster Hunter Stories 2 also chugs on the Switch as well.
Does it? Oh, that's disappointing to hear.
Because there's a demo for that too, I believe, and you can try that out. And I've been hearing that it kind of chugs like heavily on that game. So, yeah, right.
Disgaea is like Final Fantasy Tactics with custom characters and steroids. That's all you gotta know. It's like the most hard. It's like it makes Final Fantasy Tactics look like a casual, like filthy casuals play that game. That's how hardcore it is.
Oh man.
Well, not a pre-order, but I did buy Mario Golf, and I'm loving it. I know that Johnny, I know that you have it as well. I don't know if you've been playing it though.
You know, I played like a few rounds with my sister. We just did like standard golf and then standard golf where you go play at the same time, and then we tried speed golf and battle golf, and I don't know, like I think it's something that you'll probably have a lot more fun with speed golf if you have like 4 people actually playing. But the fact that you need to have at the very least 2 switches to play with 4 people, 2 switches with the game. Just to have 4 people playing is kind of like a letdown, but we kind of expected that. Oh, okay. Well,
but I mean, no, but that came through. I agree. I wish it were 4 players split screen, but you're rendering 4 different environments for the characters, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, it's so fun. Like I said this multiple times. Like for Pokemon Snap, I said I don't know if we have the patience for an on rails game, and then that came out and I think it was great. This, like I thought that we didn't have the patience for a golfing game, but like it's honestly fun. Like people love taking turns and watching, and like we had it at a party the other day and people were just enjoying taking turns playing golf. How silly, but it's so much fun.
Only Nintendo can do that to us, like with a Nintendo Wii, and then now with this. And I actually wish, like, because it looks really fun, I actually wish I bought that game instead of new Pokemon Snap. Like, I don't know, just because like it looks like a fun party game for sure.
Go sell new Pokemon Snap and then get Mario Golf.
I bought it digitally because I'm an idiot. So
no,
I wish there was a way you could just sell it back to Nintendo. Yeah, I didn't really like this.
Yeah, they're not Steam.
They're not Steam.
You can't complain on Steam or on there. All right. Well, is
So
there
wait,
any...
wait,
oh,
wait,
oh,
wait,
whoa,
wait. I
whoa,
have
whoa.
one question that I want to ask Chris. Are you still playing that board game on the Switch, the classic 50 something?
Clubhouse games?
Clubhouse games, yes.
I haven't played it in months, but I always think about it. Like, it's such a good game. No joke. If you want to
Dude,
play,
we should all
let me
play
know
it.
and I'll jump on.
I had that game too, so like.
I
do
don't
too.
have it. I was just wondering if you were still like super gung ho on it.
Oh, I still am. That game's amazing.
Okay.
And it's a value because there's so many, I forget, there's 35 or something games. It's good.
There's
It's good.
51, right? Isn't there?
Yeah, I thought it was 51.
There's a lot.
Clubhouse 51? Yeah. Hey, Johnny, before we end this, I wanted to ask you, so you beat in K-Story, right?
Yes.
What ending did you get? Did you get the regular ending?
Well, I also got I've gotten all of the endings. I played it, but I've gotten all the endings.
Is it worth it to get the good ending?
Yes.
Okay, I'm thinking about replaying it.
Yes.
But I might play it on hard difficulty.
Oh, you mean that ending? Like, is there an ending with just hard difficulty?
No, I just want to try it on hard
there is,
difficulty,
right?
but
good
maybe
luck.
it's not worth it. But
Good luck.
because the requirements looks pretty difficult.
We still recording?
Yeah.
The music, you didn't say goodbye
Also,
or anything.
Shovel Knight, great game. I'm so late to the party on that.
Great game.
Mega Man with
I've
the
never
shovel.
played it.
Love it. It's literally just Mega Man with the shovel and like there's some magic. So
Magic.
All right. Well, I think it is time for us to close up here tonight, here at Metro Kingdom Radio. So thank you everyone for Charizard listening to us, and allow us to say our goodbyes. Ryu.
I want to give a congrats to KIYO for getting the #1 speedrun record for the Xenoblade's first sword Ayame or
Summon Ayame.
Ayame. So that's hard. That's a lot of RNG.
Rob.
Oh, bye everybody. See you next time.
Ooh, Chunkachu.
Chris.
Chunkachu. Bye everyone. Welcome back, KIYO.
And KIYO.
Woo, Kyo.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Oh,
Ooh.
she said it, everyone. And for me, your host, J-Playstar, be sure to follow
Hit that
us.
like and subscribe button.
Be sure to follow us here on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at Metro King Radio. Message us and tweet at us. You know what I mean? Whenever we post things, just like hit us up. We like to talk.
No more one. You know.
And then follow us on Twitter on Twitch at Metro Kingdom Radio, not the one. Jeez, Rob, you have to just remind me that it's still there. So download our podcast wherever you download podcasts at YouTube. Not YouTube. At Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Animal Crossing Pocket Casts, and wherever you download podcasts, because we're probably there, hopefully. So thank you, everyone.
What is on your screen? Oh, Charmander. Sorry. I thought that was a flaming hot Cheeto. I was like, what is that?
For listening to us. And until next time, we shall catch you on the Switch side.
Charmander. It looks so real. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at those 7 inches.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta hide them bezels, Chris. You know what I mean? I can still see.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
I can see your
giveaway.
bezels. This is a dead.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Chris has the Nintendo Pro LED. Thank you.